Start gluing these designs down. So I printed these off at the same time, and then I trimmed them exactly at the same time as well. I've gone through the mistake of printing one out, gluing it down, carving, and then 2 or 3 weeks later printing another one out, and sometimes they don't line up. So if you're going to be doing multiple sheets from a printout, I would say do it all at once, get them all glued down at the same time, because then everything's the same. The humidity, the paper. So we're going to glue these both down at the same time. So we're going to start with the color block first. And I already marked on this block where I want the corner kento to be and the flat kento. So we have our flat chisel here. This is a simple one cut deal. Doing it on camera is always a little bit more difficult. Just make a couple little cuts here. One here for the corner. Nice. I'm gonna bring this camera down for you. So as you can see, I made one cut here, one cut here. Now I'll flip my tool over, carve to the corner, come back here. Just want to make sure that that's nice and clean. Needs to be cleaned up. Just put your tool back in. Test that with the paper. That looks and feels very good. Now, for this one, we'll do something a little different. Hold on. I have a U-gouge, and I'm gonna take a cut like that, take a cut like that. I'm also gonna take a cut out here. Take a cut out here. I'm just gonna something like that. Test. That looks and feels real nice. So there we go. Now we can glue this down. Alright, so now we have the corner kentos marked off. I'm going to prepare the sheet for being glued down. So I'm just going to roughly draw a line where the edge of this paper is so I know where to put the glue. And I like to start the sheet, start a corner, start to peel a corner here. Like so. Trim that paper, the backing paper, so that when I glue this down, I'll have an easy corner to start with here. So for this, we're using nori glue. Use a decent amount of this. Apologies for all the noise. There's a school across the street and the school buses are out front. So we want to make sure we evenly coat this whole surface with nori glue. This seems to be equally applied, I'm gonna go wash my hands off. So I have a Baron handy. Here goes the sheet. We're gonna lay it down. Make sure we get it in the Kento perfectly. Very nice. Now I have a backing sheet. I'm just gonna put over, press this down all the way to the edges. Peel this up. Now the moisture from that glue is starting to set into this backing sheet, which is just regular printer paper. Now I can take this corner, slowly peel. It's separate. The moisture from the glue makes this adjustable adhesive. It kind of releases it. If we slowly peel it up, boom. Now we got our design perfectly positioned on the block. That's looking good. So I may just take this sheet again. Make sure that's pressed down nicely. And there we have it. A new color block. This is going to be really fun. So now let's do it again with the key block. This time we have a piece of cherry. I'm going to try to show you a closer view of this chisel work here. Once I have it, I just try to make the tool as vertical as possible, and I'm just going to rock it into the wood back and forth, side to side a little bit. I don't have to go too deep. I'll do it again over here. Rock it side to side a couple times. Boom. And then one more time here at the corner. It's almost 90 degrees. I'm gonna have to come back for this one. It's a little off. Like so. I'm gonna come back here. I'll show you how I flip my tool over. I don't want to go too deep with that. Test this out. Boom. Boom, that looks good. And then again over here, use a U-gouge. Take a cut here, a couple cuts here. Cuts here right on the edge of this line. Just widen these a little. I'm going to take a shallow cut out here. And then I take a flat bullnose chisel. Back cut this a little and flatten this out a little bit, making a little shelf. this out with the paper. Corner looks good. That looks good. All right, we're ready to roll. Just gonna clean this up a little. Nice. Same thing as before. Same thing as before. Just gonna mark off the paper's edge so I know where to put the glue. There's a couple knots in this wood, so I made sure that the design wasn't falling. So there's like a rock here, and there's a rock here, and then underneath that there's this little knot. So that little knot's there. I made sure it's not in the... Same thing over here. There's a boulder, a rock there, and there's a little knot there. Same over here. There's a knot here. But the border comes right here. It's just enough to keep out of these knots here. So that's okay. And the rest of the wood, there's a knot here. So we can check that. It's right here, the boulder's here. And I can just see through, when I lift my paper, I can see through it. So I'm just making these marks. So I'm missing all of these troubled areas in between the design. So we're good to go. We have to glue this down. Same as before. Start a corner. Just peel the corner back a little. Just trim this. A nice corner to start with. Get our nori glue again. Same as before. A nice healthy application. Let this wood soak in this glue. This wood is really dry. We're in the winter. It's January in New York City. It's very dry. It's like 35% humidity, which is too dry. This feels like it's ready to go. Put that away. Zoom out a little. Boom. Can wash my hand. All right. This is the key lines, the border being laid down. Make sure you get it into the kento perfectly. Boom. Again, I'll take my cover sheet. Peel up slowly. Nice. Now we got like 2 or 3 buses outside, so it's getting loud out there. And there we have it. Key block ready to go. Let these fully dry and then we can start carving.